The Ksf Ecstar Suzuki podcast. Today we have Josh James from JAMSIE Constructions with us today. Josh is a major supporter of the Ksf racing team. So welcome, Josh.
Thank you.
Mate, first of all, we'd like to thank you as part of the team, and Suzuki wants to thank you for your involvement with our team. And even as early as you coming on board and all the events we're going to, you and your boys have been there and offered a hand. Is it something that you like to do?
Oh, definitely. Always love the sport, and I love giving as much as I possibly could to the sport, as much as supporting everyone that is involved in the Ksf Ecstar Suzuki team.
Yeah, sweet. I mean, every time we've been to an event, you're there, you're watching bikes, you're helping the boys, you've been out marshalling. How was that?
Yeah, it was hot that day, out at Nowra, probably mid-30s. Finish line marshal, no water, no shade.
And you explained what you had to do when you went out there?
No, not at all. Just basically got told to get out there and finish line marshal. Wasn't until I asked some questions that I found out it was 15-minute motos, and had to time the race yourself and hold the last lap board out when it was close to 15 minutes, and then make sure you watch the whole race so you can watch the lead rider.
Oh, you did all right then. No one complained?
Not that many people.
It doesn't matter. Josh, you got a bit of a background in BMX.
Yeah, definitely been racing BMX since I was probably 3 or 4 years old. Raced for Australia, went to world titles, raced that till I was probably 16, 17 years old. But yeah, just had a great career in BMX, and it was a great learning curve for me, and start to obviously put me into motorbikes as well as everything else. So
yeah, so whereabouts on your travels did it take you?
So we never actually left Australia. We did all the world titles that were here in Australia, in Perth and Melbourne and everything like that. Yeah. We went around Australia every year. Mum and Dad took me absolutely everywhere, made every race meet. Just
massive
what parents
commitment,
do.
eh?
Yeah, just what parents
Massive.
do, and poured their life into the sport for us. Which I'm still grateful for. I got 8th in the world and everything in between that. Raced with some of the biggest names in Australia, Luke Medill, Sam Willoughby, Anthony Dean, all those guys that now are representing Australia in the Olympics. So, they were all in my age group when I was back in the day, and I stopped, they continued, and that's where they are now.
Why did you stop?
Just work. I took on a career as an apprentice carpenter, and obviously, working, big 8 to 10 hour days, you don't have the time to train, and obviously I put work first. That was paying my bills. BMX was great on the weekends, but if I got hurt, you lose your job, you lose a career. So I chose work over BMX.
Yeah. Do you regret that at all?
Some days, but most of the time not, because I wouldn't be where I am today without all that hard work when I was an apprentice. So
yeah, I mean that brings us to you being able to provide the level of support you do to us by running your own company.
Definitely.
Just tell everyone what you actually do.
So we're basically we specialise in frames and eaves for project builders or any sort of builder out there, homeowners and all that sort of stuff. So we specialise in frame and eaves. We can do decks, pergolas, renovations, landscaping. Anything that you need around your house, we can do. We can hire in the trades, and we've got trades that work for us: electricians, plumbers. So we can pretty much do your whole job from go to woe. Okay,
so I mean, you've got your specialty, but you're running like a building company as well, and you can outsource and bring other people in to make sure everyone's project's completed.
Yeah, definitely.
What's some of the bigger projects you've worked on?
We do a lot of units, big townhouse units, blocks of 30 plus. We're doing one at the moment up at Wentworth Falls. We've done some at Rudy Hill, but pretty much we just specialise in, most of the time they're just the single home builds, 45 square metre homes and onwards.
Yeah, okay. And you mentioned you do decks and pergolas and that. So anybody, who might support our team who's looking for a deck, a pergola, some stuff around the house, you guys can help that out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's no shortage of experience in our team that we can't sort of tackle any job. We've been doing some decks for some of the bigger companies, lots of 50, 60 decks in a row.
Wow.
Getting all the framework up and putting all the merbau down, and we do that on a daily basis.
Yeah, okay. And do you running off a website or through social or just word of mouth?
So we run off Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
We don't set ourselves up a website, obviously, because social media is so large these days, and word of mouth is Facebook and Instagram. So that's basically where do we just show our presence and just go from there.
Is it Jamesie's Constructions on both pages?
Yeah, JAMSIE Constructions on both pages.
Yeah.
Easy to find, and
Yeah, and if you have any trouble finding it, have a look through some of our posts and you'll see Jamesie's Constructions there following us or part of it. So just click on the link and follow Josh and his company. Josh, just getting back to the MX season that we're coming up to.
yep,
And you've mentioned a number of times to us that you can travel around the country with us, which we look forward to having you there.
yep.
What's the family think of that?
My family support me 100%. They're very proud of what I've achieved in life, as to owning my own company, and even more so proud that obviously I followed my passion, and I've always wanted to support a motocross team.
Yeah.
And they're very really happy that I can follow around Australia, and that KSF is such a great team to be a part of. So yeah, they're absolutely stoked.
Thanks, mate. And you got a baby on the way?
I do, due in June.
June?
Yeah, number two.
Number two. Oh, so it's getting close.
It is getting close.
Do we know what sex the baby is yet?
No, we don't. I like surprises.
Yeah.
As much as my partner wants to find out, I don't want to find out.
So she hasn't found out and not told you?
I hope not.
Well, it's possible.
It is possible.
It's quite interesting because, you're having a baby in June. Cole, the owner of the team, is having a baby in June,
Yep.
or late June, July. Hawley's just had a baby.
Yeah.
Bubba from Canberra, Thomas Hill, his wife, and they've just had a baby.
Yep.
There's 4 in the immediate vicinity already this year, and I don't know if you can see it, but we got some little
In
KSF,
the hat.
stuff there for you, Josh. We want to give you one of these.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
I'm going to hold that up and have a look.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
It's beautiful, isn't it? It's awesome. Perfect size.
So we got these little KSF. So if anyone's having a baby and they want the KSF baby jumpsuit, I suppose you call it, hit us up. We're quite happy to get you one, and you can join the growing band of babies for KSF. Josh, before I let you go, and obviously I thank you for your time, we'd just like to say on behalf of KSF, and certainly from Suzuki and all our supporters, having you on board, mate, has been a blessing for us. Having your boys and yourself around, and the positive environment that you bring is absolutely unbelievable for us on training days and race days. So thanks very much, mate.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best, and we can't wait
Thank
to
you, Scott.
keep
Appreciate
it
it.
going.
Thank you.
Done.